Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. I hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about Dominicans. I just don't know. I don't know what is going on with them. It's always every year they wake up to call black people out, to tell them that to say that black people are dragging them to being black, that it's either they accept the fact that they are not black, that they are Dominicans. And I am saying that nobody is dragging you, African Americans or black people in general. Nobody is dragging you to say that you are a black person or not. You all already been telling us long time ago that you are not black, but your genetics been snitching on you and your culture. I mean, front, back, and center. And it's amazing how people that look like me every day wake up to say that they are not black. And it is amazing how they have identified themselves with the Europeans and living their own black culture. I mean, it's just really crazy. Like, how do people that look exactly like me come out to say that they are not? I am not forcing you. Nobody is forcing you to be black, but we are tired of waking up every year to you people calling black people out to tell them that they are being like they want you guys. Nobody wants you people. Nobody wants you people so bad. But your genetics be snitching on you all the time. Let's get into this.
Reminder that Dominicans are not black. We are not black, and no matter how much black Americans cry about it, we are not black. We will never be black. Yes, I look black, but we are not black. And it's just a reminder to black Americans who are so pathetically forcing Dominicans to label themselves as black. We keep telling them we have our own culture. Me no black, papi. They still force it on us. So just a reminder, Dominicans are not black, period. Reminder that Dominicans are not black. We are not black, and no matter how much black Americans cry.
No black, me no black, me Dominican, me no black, me no black. Ike-ciple, me no black. As a Haitian, Dominicans, you are black. Before you started sleeping with the Spaniards, you guys were black. You guys were always black. You always will be black. Your food is actually black and African inspired and brought out. It's black. I know you don't want to accept that you're black because you have internal racism against yourself and the other Negroes that are black in your own culture. Because y'all don't even like Afro-Latinos. Y'all don't even like black Dominicans, even though they exist. Baby, it's okay. You black. You black. We don't have to force you to be black. History can tell you you're black. Your own people can tell you you're black. Every Dominican that got common sense and can read a book over 8th grade level will tell you you're black. Mira, you black. There's nothing more to be said. I understand you don't want to. You want to be blanco, blanco, blanco. No, you black, negro. You don't got a choice. You can't fight this. Your genetics is snitching on you. Pe0ple? I know y'all want to be white. I know you want to have blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? Blonde hair and blue eyes. I get it. You will never be them. They will never be you. They don't even want you. They don't even want you to join their club. They leave you outside the club. You know what I'm saying? For hours on end. Never give you admission. Accept it. You're a Negro. A Negra. You are black. Ike-ciple. Me no black. Me no black. Me no black. Dominicans. Me no black. Me no black. Me Dominican. Me no black. That's an ethnicity. But your race, you're black. Hello? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? No, actually, you're not okay. You've been brainwashed and whitewashed to think a way that is ultimately just sad and pathetic.
Reminder that Dominicans are not black. We are not black, and no matter how much black Americans cry.
On Jesus' handles, we do not care that you don't want to be black. That is perfectly fine, okay? That's perfectly fine. But however, you wouldn't be here without us, sweetheart. All life started in Africa. Please go do your research. Not gonna cry about that. Cry about that.
So this is not an attack on you, because I'm one of the people that for a while now have been defending the fact that African Americans have an ethnic group and other immigrants have another ethnic group. And I'm always defending the fact that Dominicans say, I'm not black, I'm Dominican, because we want to highlight our ethnic group, unlike what people are saying, that we are denying our blackness. But I just want to touch some subject about Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. And Puerto Rico abolished its slavery around 1873 or 1874, which is after United States abolished its slavery. A few years after the abolishment of slavery in Puerto Rico, around 1898, United States acquires Puerto Rico. This makes the entire population of Puerto Ricans acquire U.S. citizenship. And you want to know what happened to Puerto Rico when the United States acquired it? They made the economy of Puerto Rico go down on purpose. They purposely brought down the value of the currency in Puerto Rico, which forced a lot of rich Puerto Ricans to migrate over to United States territories. And you know what the majority of those people were? They were obviously white. And a lot of times those white people did not travel alone because, guess what? Slavery had been abolished not that long ago. So, they had servants. Guess who they traveled with and ended up here in the United States? And also a lot of other Black Puerto Ricans ended up here in the United States, like Arturo Schomburg. You should look up who that is. And you know what happened to those Black people, those Black Puerto Ricans that ended up here? They ended up blending in and mixing with the African American community. You know why? Because if your Anglophone Black ancestors were discriminated in this country, imagine a Hispanophone Black person in this country, how they would get discriminated. So about 4 generations of this now, I'm sure you do not know who was an original Black American and who is a non-original Black American. Or are you talking about only recent immigrants? Oh wait, Puerto Ricans are not immigrants again. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. And yes, Jocelyn was born a Spanish speaker, but to clear things up, they do teach English in Puerto Rico. Now, that being said, I know that you're guarding your culture, your ethnicity. I know you're guarding it with your heart and soul. And I applaud you. But what culture is this specifically? Like, you need to specify, because I don't see Jocelyn as like that soul food kind of Black person. I see her more as an urban Black person. So is this the specific culture that you're talking about? Because when you talk about that's the culture that you want to gatekeep, that you want to protect, a lot of Black immigrants contributed to that. As a matter of fact, a lot of Black immigrants have contributed to your culture, whether you want to believe it or not. Because nobody ever checked Biggie, Busta Rhymes, Rihanna. Y'all been claiming them. Spanish.
This is a conversation that we have to have, because a lot of Dominicans do not want to hear this. In fact, when they are seen as Black here in the United States, they say, I'm not Black, I'm Dominican. And yes, as I mentioned before, I am Dominican. My mom is white and my father, it's not necessarily Black, but close enough. This is my mom. She's literally white. And when she was a kid, she was also naturally blonde, and she has green eyes. This is me and my siblings, and as you can see, I'm this one, and I was blonde. Here is a picture with my dad. This is me. This is me again with my siblings. And I was the only sibling who was kind of blonde like my mom. And as a kid, people made me feel as if I was more valuable just because I was blonde. Like I was better than my siblings. Like, oh, she's la rubia, they used to say those things to me because I was blonde. And when my father would go out with me by himself, without my mom, people wouldn't think that I was his kid. But yes, in Latin America and here, everywhere, whiteness, the closer you are to whiteness, the better you are. That's what they teach us in the Dominican Republic. In Latin America, here in the United States, I would say that in the entire world. And that's what colonialism left us. Because especially in the Dominican Republic, remember that our history, we live in an island that we share with Haiti. And I would say that 99% of people in Haiti are Black. In the Dominican Republic, I will have to go back to history to 1505 with the devastation of Osorio, where basically they devastated the part of the island that is now Haiti, and then the Spanish moved to the part that it's the Dominican Republic, and they were mixing with the slaves and the indigenous people. But the French, the Portuguese, and the people who came with slaves to the part that today is Haiti, they wouldn't mix with them. They brought their women. The Spanish didn't bring women, so they were having sex with slaves and indigenous women. That's why in the Dominican Republic, you can see white people, Black people, people in the middle. We are mixed, more mixed than they are in Haiti. And then our history, our independence was from Haiti. So there you have the history of Dominicans seeing Haiti as the oppressor, basically. And then in Haiti, obviously, they have more black people than in the Dominican Republic. And then it's not only about blackness that is rejected in the Dominican Republic, they even see it as something patriotic about it. And then they reject the blackness not only because of culture, because they want to disassociate themselves from Haitians, but then when they come to the United States, they say that they're not black, even though literally we are descendants of Africans too. And Haitians are literally our brothers. 3 minutes is not enough to talk about this. Anti-black Dominicans, Dominicans who deny their blackness, came for me in the comment section. And as you can see, they want to be associated to the colonizer and not the slaves. They want to be associated with Europeans and not Africans. And even the white people in the Dominican Republic are the smallest minority, they still want to be associated with Europeans. And the funny thing is that everybody that was commenting is closer to being black than white. And that hurts them. This Empire King guy with the Dominican flag goes to every single video that talks about blackness in the Latin community to basically say the same thing he was saying in my comment section, like 100 comments just by him and another girl that is also a Dominican, a black Dominican in denial. Average Dominican is way more than 50% European. You're not even a quarter. Dominicans, the average Dominican is not 50% European. We have our own country and we don't have to fit to be embraced or accepted like African Americans in the United States. Haitians are literally our brothers. I have no Haitian sibling. Because in the video I said that Haitians are literally our brothers. We share a fucking island. And this girl, Quisqueya, come on, that's what we call our country. And her username is Quisqueya. You can see where I'm going with this one. The answer is simpler than that, but you want to turn it on Dominicans for clout like you always do. I have like 100 other comments from her too, denying her blackness. And she even mentioned something about me being racist towards Mexican and Haitians at the border when I was clearly defending them. I defend Haitians from whatever atrocities are committed against them in the Dominican Republic. And yes, that doesn't make me any less Dominican. I just accept the facts the way they are and I acknowledge when something is wrong, even if it's the country that I was born in and that I grew up in. Something apparently they cannot do because apparently that makes them less patriotic. As you can see here, the majority of Dominican people identify as mixed race, which includes mestizo or indio and mulatto. A smaller percentage of Dominican people identify as black and even a smaller percentage as white. And as you can see, only a small percentage of Dominican accept their blackness. The other ones are black, but they just don't identify as such, because they are a little bit lighter than the Dominican that identifies as black. But the fact that they decide to reject their blackness does not mean that they are not black and does not mean that our country is mostly black. And I'm gonna make another video to talk more about history and why there's this anti-blackness in the Dominican Republic, where I don't have to cite all of these racist Dominicans who are denying their blackness, because honestly, it's tiring. But I'm tired of Dominicans and Latin people denying our African roots.
If you can see that I'm visibly a black person, why are you asking me that I'm black, right? I'm visibly a black person. When I tell you that I'm not black, it's because I want you to understand that I'm not black American. I'm Dominican, okay? Don't erase my Dominican identity by calling me black, which to me, honestly, is stupid. Saying that you're black does not erase your Dominican identity. Blackness is not limited to the United States of America. Black people exist globally. And people will argue with that too. No, because if somebody's Jamaican, they say they're Jamaican. Somebody's from Ghana, they're going to say they're Ghanaian, or they're going to say they're Kenyan. But I've never met a Kenyan person to tell me, no, I'm not black. They're able to tell you, I own my blackness, I'm proud of my blackness, and yes, I'm Kenyan. That is my national identity. That's my ethnicity, my heritage.
Because this is so real, like so real. And honestly, I just want to talk about it. Like, let's just talk about it, because I was going to make a video, but I can tell I made a lot of Dominicans press my comments. So let's talk about it. So the first comments I want to address are the ones that are basically saying, well, technically we aren't black because we're mixed. I just want to make a disclaimer. I'm Haitian and I always get mistaken for being Dominican. People think I'm Dominican all of the time. The reason for that is the fact that if you go to the DR, most people are looking like me. So it's just so crazy to me how there are people in my comments who look like they could be my sister and are still denying that they're black in any shape or form. And don't get me wrong, I get it. There are people that are white or white passing in the Dominican Republic. So yes, technically, genetically, it would be incorrect to call them black. And look, I'm going to be so real. Like, there's a serious colorism problem. And I'm not even going to just say it's in the DR because it's in the Caribbean in general. We have our own set of issues in Haiti. We literally have names for different types of skin complexions in Haiti. It's so crazy to the point where even light-skinned people are divided based on physical attributes. So light-skinned people with Afrocentric features and curly hair are looked at a lower level than light-skinned people with straighter hair and white. So not only do we have a colorist problem, but now your features also contribute to how black you are and therefore where you're placed in the social hierarchy. So I'm not even going to sit here and just say it's just the DR because it's definitely not. But my point is that at the end of the day, we have the same ancestors. Haiti and the Dominican Republic were the exact same country. It was Hispaniola. That's what it was before it was the DR and before it was Haiti. The West African slaves that were brought into Hispaniola, they're the same slaves. So we have the exact same West African genetic makeup. We even both have Taino mixed in both of us. Haitians and Dominicans have Taino blood. Literally the only difference is that the Dominican Republic had a colorist dictator who whitewashed the country and made y'all more mixed. But that also doesn't erase all of your black DNA and heritage that you had before that. And to be real, at the end of the day, I don't really care what people identify as. You could say you're a fucking tree for all I care. But I'm just saying you can't erase your history. You can't erase your past. And for you to be so clearly black and just deny it, it says a lot about your mentality and the fact that you're playing into this colorist mindset, choosing to be anything but black because at the end of the day, black is just seen as this very terrible thing and offensive. No.
As Black Americans cry about it, we are not black, we will never be black. Yes, I look black, but we are not black. And it's just a reminder to Black Americans who are so pathetically forcing Dominicans to label themselves as black. When we keep telling them we have our own culture, me no black, papi, they still force it on us. So just a reminder, Dominicans are not black, period.
I promise you, baby girl, on all that's holy, we do not care. We don't care if you accept us or want to be a part of us. What we care about is leave us the F alone. How about you stay in your country, the DR? Because you sound very black right now.
So this is all I got from this video, and it's really amazing how every day they wake up, or every year there must be something coming up from Dominicans, like, you know, telling black people that they are not black. Number one is that black people are not forcing, we are not forcing you people to be called black. You know, you have chosen long time ago. Even someone that look exactly like me is telling me that she is not black. It's fine. We are not going to quarrel about it, and we are not going to also, like, you know, ask you to be black and all that. Number one is that black people or African Americans, like they keep saying, are not forcing anybody to be black. But it is, we see you as, first of all, we see you as a black person before you tell us where you come from, right? And it's amazing how they keep reminding us every day that they are not black, that they are Dominican. And all the best to you all. And sincerely speaking, if you look around, you know, they really do want to associate with the Europeans so bad. Because why would somebody be denying his own ancestral lineage and all that? Is it not, like, you know, is it not mental slavery? It is mental slavery that has eaten deep in their, you know, blood. Because why would somebody, first of all, want, just like, you know, wanting to identify as like with Europeans more than your own people? Nobody is saying that Taino, like, I think they have mixed blood and all that. Even with the mixed blood, I mean, we all see you, even with everything, we still see you as a black person. And for real, when they are in United States, like if a cop pulls you over, you are not a Dominican, you are whatever you call it. You are a black person. So why are you all the time trying to, it's always everybody wanting to call black people out. Me no black, me me Dominican, me don't black. You are, that first guy really killed me. You are a black, you are black. We can say it all over you. It's either you accept it or you forget about it. But you are a black person. Though we are not begging you to come and identify with us. We don't care. We don't want to identify. We don't even want to see you around. If you do not want to accept you are black, it's easy. You have internalized racism. Because why would somebody say, it's just crazy. How would somebody not want to identify with his own culture? It's just crazy, really. It's okay. You are black. Whether you don't have to, well, nobody's forcing you, but history will also tell you, your own people will also tell you that you are black. All Dominicans, all the time, they just want to say, I am Papi, I am Dominican, it's really crazy. Like, you all should stop it in 2024. I don't want to start going around looking for you all videos of you all fighting and saying you are not black. Your genetic is snitching on you, like the guy said. It's all over snitching on you. See, someone that can even pass as my big sister or my younger sister, I don't know, whichever one, like, is telling me that she is not black. Woo! I am sure that the Europeans will be somewhere smiling and laughing like how they already got these people. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.